The beginning of the school year can be stressful no matter if it's your first year or your 21st year. And in this video, I'm going to share some straight up tips to help you manage your emotions and get through this school year successfully. And you have to watch this video all the way to the end. Number 6 is my favorite tip, and I bet it'll be yours too. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is John, and on this channel we talk about all things school counseling. Start this school year with an open mind. It's a brand new year and a fresh new opportunity to do something that you've never done or improve upon something that you know you can improve on. Don't think about last year or what went wrong or even that staff member or admin that you had beef with. This is a new opportunity, a fresh slate, something brand new. And if you approach it from that mindset, things will go better for you this school year. A lot of times we make things hard on ourselves because we're always focusing on something that didn't go well or something that went wrong, and we're thinking that it's gonna be the same thing this school year. And that may not be the case. Every day I look at it, you have fresh grace and fresh mercy. Yesterday is already gone, there's nothing you can do about it, and tomorrow hasn't come yet. Only think about what you can do today. Every day you start over, you got a fresh new opportunity to do something different. And let's take advantage of it this school year. And that means having an open mind, no matter if you have a new curriculum or brand new students or you're at a new school. And if you approach this situation from a standpoint of, I'm gonna go in there and do the best that I can do, then you are going to do the best that you can do. And you're gonna make it a great year. It starts with our mindset, and only you can change that. Speaking of a brand new school year, drop an emoji that represents how you feel about this school year. Our students came back on Thursday, so we've only been in school for 2 days. Next week is our first full week. I'm gonna share a video on how those first 2 days went, because typically during the first day of school, I don't even remember what I did. But this year, I'm gonna drop a video about what specifically happened on the first day of school to get you prepared, especially if you're a brand new counselor. Stay tuned. Which leads us to tip number 2, learn from your past mistakes. Reflect on what went well and what didn't go well. And notice that I said reflect on it. That doesn't mean harp on it, that doesn't mean dwell on it. Just think about it. There's always room to improve and grow. No matter how long you've been a counselor or an educator, no matter how many years you've been at the same school, you could always do something to improve just a little bit. I always say grow 1% better every day. However, there are going to be some things that you cannot control, and trust me, there's things that you can't, and so I always say do what's in your circle of control. You can't manage everything that happens. You can't be responsible for everything that happens. Learn to do and handle only what you can handle. Like for example, you can't handle that coworker that has an attitude or that admin that's rude. That's them, that's their problem. What you can do is always be polite, professional, and respectful to them. You can't manage other people. You can't even control that student who's been cutting up the first 2 days of school already. What you can do is create systems of support for them to make sure that they get the things that they need, and then they will improve. So again, don't take those things personally because those are out of your control, and those are just some examples. You may not be able to control the new curriculum that you just got, or pack up all of your items from your old classroom and move to a completely new location. These are things that are out of your control. However, all you can do is manage your expectations and do what you can do. Trust me, I know it's frustrating. Speaking of moving rooms, this year we got brand new furniture and they painted our walls, so I had to move everything out of my office and take it home. I couldn't even store it in a new location in my school because we got brand new furniture throughout the building. So I had to take everything off my wall, all of my wall art, all of my paintings. I had to take all of my books, all of my fidgets, everything home, and I had to put all that stuff back in my office this summer after everything was done. And trust me, I'm still not done. I will show you my new office or what it looks like because I want you to see, but just keep in mind, this was nothing that I can control. I could have griped about it, I could have complained, but what is that gonna do? Do what you can do within your circle of control. Or even focusing on what admin does, like if they're constantly giving you new things or putting more on your plate, do what you can do. For me, I create systems even for that. So I create to-do lists, I get organized. So my advice is organize your planner, take some time to completely fill out your planner, all the things that are due, all the district PDs that you have to attend, all the meetings. Literally write down all of those things in your planner. Print off all the resources that you need for your students, like your coping skills worksheets or your anger management skills, or all those things that you know you need when students come into your office. Have them in a location where you can easily pull them and give them to students and work with them. All those things are going to help you feel better about this school year. They're going to help you be more prepared. And even deleting old emails. Organize your email box so those emails that you need to come back to later on so that you don't have to search for them, create little tabs for them so that you can come back to them when you need to. If you don't need it, or if it's trash or junk, delete it so your email box is not overloaded or junked up. All these things will help you be successful so that you're not wasting time looking for things. And these are some things that you can proactively do to make sure that your school year is already set up for success. Because time is money and money is time, and we don't have time to waste, right? One thing that I'm gonna focus on this year is being more intentional about connections. Of course, I work with students all the time and I feel like I have a pretty good relationship with my kiddos, but that includes students, staff, and families. There are some staff members who are on your campus who are apprehensive about coming back to work too, as well as students. It's your opportunity and your duty to go check in on them with an intentional check-in, not just a, hey, how are you doing? Ask them how do they feel about being back at work. Ask them if there's anything that you can do to help or support them, and then do it. So don't offer something and not be able to be there to support them. That's worse than not doing anything at all. Or even if it's just giving them a break and watching their class so they can go warm up their coffee or go print their materials that they need for the day. All those things, these are simple things that we can do to make someone feel better and more connected at school. And it helps you. When you do acts of compassion for other people, it makes your stress levels go down and your anxiety and your depression and all those things. It helps with your mental health and theirs. There's always going to be a ton of things to do, and it never slows down, even in May. And even then, really, it doesn't slow down, especially if you're a middle school counselor or a high school counselor, because you have to focus on scheduling and getting ready for the next school year. And so there's always going to be something to do. However, take time throughout your day to build intentional connections with people and be there as a support. That's going to make them feel better about being at school, and it's going to help you feel better about being at work. Another thing you can do to make yourself feel better about going to work is, again, being organized and being proactive. So think about your classroom counseling lessons. Think about your responsive services. What can you do to improve upon those? How can you have better individual counseling sessions with students? How can you have more productive small groups? How can you get the most bang out of your buck for your classroom counseling lessons? Think about something that went well. Think about something you can do to improve, whether that's honing up on your skills, learning a new technique, or even learning some tech tools to help you out throughout your lessons. These are things that you can do to not only be a better support system to your students, but it also can build upon your professional development and help you be more prepared and better able to serve your students, staff, and families. There's so many tech tools that are available, no matter if you're a novice or you're an expert. And these are things that can enhance your lessons. For example, over the summer, I presented with one of my favorite colleagues, Nicole Webb, and she introduced me to WooClap. WooClap is an interactive tech tool where you can do word maps, do surveys, or ask students questions and they can see the answers pop up on the screen. It's pretty cool, especially if you're doing a pre or post test for a lesson, or if you just want to get a simple feel of how students are doing. For example, I used WooClap for an icebreaker for staff during summer professional development, and I just asked them a simple question: where would you rather be instead of here at work? And it was funny because you got some of the answers like, I'd rather be on my couch, or I'd rather be on the beach. But again, use these in your classroom counseling lessons, and they're easy to do, and if you don't know how to do them, watch a YouTube video and they'll teach you. And speaking of new ways to make connections with students, I've got a presentation that I did on minute meetings. If you're not familiar with minute meetings are where you sit down with your students and you have a conversation with them and just build a connection with them and get to know all of your students at one time. You're only spending a couple minutes with them, but you're asking specific questions to get to know them. If you would like for me to go live and share new innovative ways to complete minute meetings, type minute meetings in the comment section. One of the most important tips of this video is listen to your body. Your body is going to give you signals when you are stressed or overworked. Like, for example, your heart might start beating, you might start breathing heavily, you might start tapping your feet or being antsy. Take a few minutes to do something to make sure that you are okay. Whether that's taking deep breaths, standing up and stretching, or doing a little dance at your desk while listening to some of your favorite music. I love 90s R&B, that really helps me. I don't listen to any of the new music right now because it's trash. Well, sorry, I don't like it. But 90s R&B is my jam, so I love listening to music. Or even if you have to, step away from your desk for a minute, Stop looking at the computer screen and go take a walk. Go visit a classroom. Go interact with some students. I did this yesterday. Even though we've only been in school for 2 days, while my teachers were doing their introduction lessons, I would walk around and just check on students and see how they were feeling about being at school. So I wasn't doing this in a way where I was interrupting the teacher, keep that in mind. I was literally just looking at the students, taking note and smiling, and it made them feel better. You can do the same things. Go visit a fine arts classroom or your core content. If you were ever a teacher, go visit a class. Like if you used to be a math teacher, go visit a math class and see what they're doing. These are things that can help you manage your stress and anxiety about being back at school. Again, there's always going to be a ton of things to do. I know this sounds cliche and contrived, but you have to take care of yourself in this work. You won't be able to pour from an empty cup, and you can't help students, staff, or families if you're not well. So listen to the things that were mentioned in this video and tell me, what is your favorite tip? What is something that you are going to do differently this school year to make sure that you have a great school year? And one final thing, this is a bonus tip. At the end of the day, jot down your small wins. Take a notebook and write down someone that you made a great connection with, someone you made smile, something you did that really helped someone else, and think about those small wins. A lot of times as educators, we think success comes from like those big things, like a whole classroom getting an A on a test or something like that, but a win is a win. So if you had a student who was brand new and you took them around the school and did a tour with them and you made them smile and you built a connection with them, that's a small win. Reflect on those at the end of the day. There's always something that you did that you may not even know that you impacted someone else. And when you think about those things, it makes you feel better and it helps you be energized and ready to tackle the next day. And if you got value from this video, one simple thing that you can do to show support to me is just like this video. So if you like what you heard, and this is helping you, like this video. And if you want to show me an additional layer of appreciation, you can buy me a coffee at this link below. Coffee helps my creative juices flow so I can create more videos for you. And if you need support in any way, especially if you're a brand new counselor, check out my new school counselor playlist. These videos will help you be comfortable as a new school counselor and they will set you up for success. I tell you everything that you need to do on the front end and the back end to be your best self for students, staff, and families. And you'll learn these things by watching these videos.